astern, look the weather in the lee. Blow high, blow low, and so we're sailing we.
Hey, welcome back to Republic of Pirates. I hope you're having a great day. I have almost figured out everything. I've kind of I've rebalanced a few things. I've moved some buildings around. Not a whole lot of that has been done, but I've almost got all the labor on Rat Island done, and Rat Island is, well, it's pretty much full. We have a major rope making operation going on over there. I've added some additional rum production over on this side, and then Galley Island has a whole bunch more rum being made over here. Just a big old row of rum production going on over here too, because this island has a little bump to sugar, plus they were overproducing sugar. Basically, you go around and you find these buildings that are full, and you say, is that an end resource? And if it is, then that's fine. If it's not, like cotton, for example, then you say, okay, what could we make with that? And then, you just add additional supply for that. So we no longer have all of our hemp fields are not sitting there anymore saying, hey, we're full. I have additional rope now. And as soon as that happened, man, everything just started to work. Everything just started to flow. Money started to roll in. Everything seems good. As soon as you provide for their needs, everything is good. I've got exactly the right amount of laborers pretty much that I need to keep this up, and then everyone else is upgraded and ready for the next tier. Rat Island is the same way. Pretty much exactly the right amount of laborers that we need, with everyone else upgraded to the next tier. Hell's Gate, same thing. So we're trying to kind of optimize housing a little bit there, get just as many laborers as required, with everyone else being a hired hand as we go through there. So Fair Island is the only one that's not like that yet. And today we're going to be focusing on getting bigger guns so that we can make bigger ships. So I'm going to first go over here, and the cannon workshop, it's going to be expensive on upkeep. It requires 50 workers. We have that. And it's actually not nearly as big of a building as I thought it would be. It's a really small building, actually. And for the cannon workshop, I think I'm just going to place it right here. Like, I don't think I need anything extreme here. So I think what I'll do is I'll actually put it here. Let's see how I want to do this. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So we'll say it's right here for now.
Those cannons are a sight to behold. Let's load those beauties onto a couple of new ships.
We will be doing that. So let's just move this over here. And that's going to give the depot access to the road on both sides anyway. Okay, so now we can move all that steel and all that stuff over here to create cannons. And it's basically going to take this blast furnace here, which has been full the entire time. They're going to be able to ship it down over here. It might actually make more sense to move it here. And in fact, I'll probably be needing 2 of them anyway. They actually aren't all that... I mean, the upkeep, yes, but worker count and everything is not that bad. So you know what? I'm going to put one right there too. Now we can make cannons even faster. Assuming that we're doing well on the steelworks. Yeah. So we have a 950 surplus now, you can see. So I fixed the budget. It's great. Production, again, you want to see the number on the right be bigger than the number on the left. It's really that simple. And we're now underproducing for hemp. So that makes sense. I have a huge rope operation now. So I'll need to go and add additional hemp into the supply chain. And then also we're way underproducing wood logs at the moment. But I think most of that is that these buildings are they're too full. And we're not producing it because they're too full. I can help that with getting a depot. Well, I didn't want to make them less efficient while doing so, but that might actually happen. Let's just put that right there. Add additional people on the roads moving things around. That should be all right. All right, now Fair Island has, a lot more laborers than necessary, and I've added additional brothels and all that stuff to try to get their needs to be met. So I should be able to upgrade a whole bunch of these houses now to the next tier. There we go. And that should help balance out the labor even more over here on this side. This island also doesn't have a repair station right now. And I've been meaning to go ahead and do that. I just didn't want to get in the way of that clay. So I'm going to place it here. What I was thinking, but I wanted it to be ideally placed so it just barely covers that coastline. and it looks like it might be better off to put it right over here. That way it stretches as far this way as possible to cover as many of those buildings as I can. So I think what I'll do, even though I just upgraded these, I'm going to tear these out. We're going to put an upgrade station here instead, or sorry, a repair station here instead. And it's going to go right here to cover that as close as we can, as far over as we can, like that. Okay. Then this row can just go back behind that. That's fine. All right then. So I just want to put the houses. Oh, not like that though. I want to put these houses back the way it was. Here we go. Right there. Let's get the hut back in on that side, and we can place huts. Let's say here and then here and here. Leave this open for the possibility of working that clay deposit later. All right, so Fair Island should be taken care of. Let's take a look really quick at ship materials. We now have 2 cannons. We'll need to go a little bit further on that. We'll let that run just a little bit longer before we can have enough cannons to really have a meaningful number of ships. But if I went over to Galley Island, I have a captain already, I think. Did I get a captain? I did. Penelope Harrington. So increased performance when she's assigned to a cog, catcher, bark. She's going to be on a bark, so that works. And increased performance when attacking a galleon or a man of war. This is what I really need help with, are these bigger ships. They have a lot more firepower. They're much harder to take down. And I didn't necessarily underestimate them, but I did want to test the waters, if you will, to try to see just how much stronger they were. So I kind of had a good idea for it. And so while we've been reducing our ship count so that we can replace it with better ships, that's what I've done. So we know about how strong they are now. Increased performance when assigned to any ship class, I guess at level 40 here as well. So we're going to assign her to this ship. And a bark, we've already seen this before. It's got that salvo skill. So we're going to be working with that too. Let's go ahead and hit build. We now have enough cannons to make that happen with my 2 cannon makers. Should be able to kick them out pretty quickly, provided our steel supply keeps up. And then from there, once we got those ships in place and we're going to go around and wreck other people's heads, we're at the point now where I'm kind of hoping anyway, it opens up the map a bit more, because this is what I've been limited to. And the map has been very limited, but there's clearly stuff over here. So like, maybe after we get barks, it'll open up the rest of the map, and possibly we can start meeting...
the Clifford child.
Oh.
I had wondered when our paths would cross. Following in your father's footsteps, are you? Are you oblivious to how that worked out for him? Never mind. You have damaged company property, and you will pay. Or face the consequences.
And over 1 million doubloons. Yes, really. It says yes, really. Refuse to pay.
I thought you would say that. The British West Indies Company is not to be trifled with.
Dude, they were actually a really formidable force. I mean, you could take them, maybe, but you got to know what you're doing and have a lot of ships. You want to take on the West Indies Trading Company. Okay, so now I got to figure out where the hell they are. West Indies Trading Company will launch a powerful attack on Galley Island and Fair Island at 1:30. Okay, so, jeez. I mean, okay. I need to do a lot more cannons. I need a lot more cannons. What do I got for steel? Okay, 23 steel is pretty good. I might be able to afford... Fair Island's we got labor, so we can probably get one more seafaring, right? No, it's where is it? Construction. We can probably afford one more cannon maker. Get that going, hopefully. Let's get another captain. We'll do it at Galley Island just because this is where we're making the ships. Although it's not out of the question that I can make the ship somewhere else, but we're just going to do it here. It's fine. So increased performance when attacking a galleon, when assigned to a brig, or frigate. Okay, so like when we get to bigger ships, yeah, I guess. We're going to be making barks now. And I think I'm kind of okay with this one. I'm okay with Christopher Thatcher. You can come on in here. I want people assigned to a bark, yes, and attacking a galleon, yeah. So we'll get Isadora Cortez as well. So we're going to make 2 additional barks, if possible. Just need to make sure that they'll allow it. Yep, there we go. 2 additional barks are what we're going to make as we can. We're going to leave this one near galley because we know we're going to get attacked here. And probably want to look at... I mean... can add another tower here just to help defend it even more. And then these ships we're going to move over to Fair Island because this is where they're going to get attacked. So we're going to have these 4 helping this island, and we'll also get additional tower defenses over there. And then the barks that we're building now, they'll stay here at Galley Island to defend this. And we might be able to kick this one out in time. I hope we can kick this second ship out in time. Here they go. All right, so they are on their way. Whoa! Yep, I thought this would be a problem. I thought this was going to be a problem. Man, would I love to have the smoke cloud over there just to make their attacks miss. That'd be great. Our ships are, I think, getting attacked here too. And then... Yep. Indies Trading Company coming this way too. Okay, well, on this side, we'll be able to have the smoke clouds, and maybe that will provide enough support, but that's a lot of ships. That's a lot of big ships. It's only 3 ships per, but they're huge. So that's the thing that's scary about it. No, there are 4 ships here. Yep. We got a brig, a brigantine, and 2 frigates going at Galley Island. And then attacking the other one, we've got the same assortment. We've got a brig, a brigantine, and 2 frigates. Oh boy, that's intense. They are not messing around. I think these guys are actually chasing me right now, but we're going to get our ships over here as fast as we can. Oh boy. Get over here. We're going to keep our ships as close to the coast as possible to get as much help out of these towers as we can. And then... this ship hopefully pops any second now. I hope. Come on now. There it is. Okay, just in time. Could not get any closer than that, could ya? I guess you could have popped while the battle was going on, but... All right, so I hate that they're happening at the exact same time, but I guess I understand. All of these ships are now arriving. And we're going to want to blind the shit out of them if we can. So we're going to hit there. We're going to hit there. We're going to hit there. Smoke cloud there. We need to hit as much damage as we can. God, they're so strong. They're so strong. Okay, hit this side. I think that side's toast. Yeah, we just lost one of these ships too. Oh, no. I mean, they're definitely going to fire against the ships. They're not going to... Yeah, they're totally hitting the ships. They don't care about the static defenses as much. There's no way we could beat that. This is an unwinnable battle. I just lost all my ships again, right? Yeah, this is a completely unwinnable battle. We got one of them, right? One of those bigger ships went down, but West Indies Trading Company just completely dominated me. Looks like we're going to get one of these down too. We'll take down a couple of their ships, but that's it. It's really not worth making anymore. I hope their attack ends once the static defenses are gone. That's what I would hope happens. We actually could build... I mean, I can do that. It just lets me pop them. I just will them into existence. Yep, I can do that. As soon as there's money to do so, which I have insufficient construction materials to do that. Oh, no. They are actually not done. They want the whole dock. Come on. Come on, let me have it. No, they want the whole dock. They're not messing around. They're going to take out everything. Whoa. Okay. That's what they're going to take down my shipyard too. Well, Galley Island was, I mean, definitely not.
You gamble away your people's lives, just like your father. You will not make the same mistake again. Is violence the only recourse you people understand?
We can deliver goods. It's just sails, meat, and rope, which we can make really quickly. We can pay the price, which I actually don't have this much money, so I can't. Or I can agree to complete the faction's demand, which is simply to not attack, not to sink any more Royal Barcelona Trading Company ships anymore. I mean... Oh, sorry. Agree to their... Oh, sorry. This is wrong. I was like, why did the name change? No. The West Indies Trading Company, the English, has said that their demand is that I sink Spanish ships instead from Royal Barcelona Trading Company ships instead. I'm going to deliver the goods. I'm going to give you the goods. The raid is concluded.
Britain, France, and Spain have each invested in commercial trading companies to control the flow of trade in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Britain has the British West Indies Company, headed up by James Smallbrook. I understand that he knew your father from his days in the Navy. France has the French Company of the Americas. Now their leader, Count de Foix, has taken ill. So his wife, Countess Jeanne de Foix, oversees all their affairs. Lastly, Spain has the Royal Barcelona Trading Company. Rodrigo Guzman manages their lot. He's an ardent Catholic, but that doesn't stop his appreciation of the fairer sex. Ask Mary about him when you have a chance. All these companies have the backing of their countries, and manpower to boot.
Yeah, they completely dominate me.
Oh, and then there's the free traders. They're a loose collection of well-to-do merchants led by Marquis Louis Velmont. They don't have the backing of a crown, but they do have a vast multinational trade network across the Caribbean. Each of these factions opposes piracy, but they also don't get along with each other. So, with a little diplomacy, we could use that to our advantage.
Going back to our roots, huh? Okay.
Oh, shit. I never thought we'd survive the wrath of a company with the backing of a country.
Yeah.
Every action we take from here on will influence our standings with the pirates or the trading companies in the archipelago. Things are about to get a whole lot more complicated.
Okay, so now the tactical map didn't open it up yet, but that is definitely an event that causes you to lose ships so that you can replace them with bigger ones. We need a dock. That's an essential thing we need. Dock is there. Wow. We also lost a considerable number of laborers over here on this island, and we are in a massive debt right now that I cannot overcome because I have no more ships. So that's a thing that just happened. Yikes. Okay, construction. No. Seafaring. We want the shipyard, which I can't build yet. Okay. Well, the good news is I worked really hard on my economy before this fight, and we have a really good surplus now as well. That, on top of the fact that we don't have any of the maintenance for the ships anymore, means that we should be, firmly out of debt very, very soon. And, we can get on with actually making things the way we need them. We have a really good supply of all of our essential needs and wants. They're all kind of maxed out there, looking pretty good. We got a few extra resources that have been added now. Tobacco is there. There's leather, sugar, pigment. We even got a little bit of salt there just now. We have a good supply of steel, and we are building additional cannons this entire time. So we'll be able to replace our ships with larger ships here too. I do like to have an assortment of ships, especially like that smoke cloud ability from the catch. So I'm not planning on building like all huge ships. I want a diverse fleet so that I have a lot of those different... Oh, here we go. Free traders available. Ooh. Okay, so the diplomacy tab is unlocked now. Ah. Okay. So this is more interesting. Diplomacy tab. Free traders. Faction standing. Friendly. So free trader escorts will not attack on sight, and we're open to trades. Cool. We can request a trade. And a trade offer is available for a limited time. Successful trades raise standing. Standing does not decrease for refusing a trade after hearing the terms. So if we hear the terms and we say no, it doesn't decrease. Gotcha. So there's really no loss in this other than it takes time. French Company of the Americas. They have a demand, it looks like. Faction request on cooldown. Okay. I see. And then the Royal Barcelona Company also has that on cooldown. And then, of course, the British West Indies Company, which has flexed their muscles. That happened. Now, we can request a meeting with the Raiders of the Caribbean here. With my... the voice that sounds like Varys from Game of Thrones. We can go ahead and request a meeting with Lucky here later. Then there's Los Guerreros. They can have a meeting we can request. It looks like it's going to be an hour plus. And same thing with the Gallows Men. So, yeah, Diplomacy tab is unlocked now. And if the fleet has a friendly status, it looks like, if they get it into friendly territory, we can request their assistance. And then they'll come in and help us. But that doesn't seem to stand with these 4. So that's only for the main 3 countries. And then obviously quests. We have upstanding standing, complete a British West Indies Company demand, or the Great Pirate. 4 letters in a bottle found. Oh, there's letters in a bottle somewhere. Okay, cool. Well, we have a bunch of different quests here. We need to interact with the indicated tavern. We also need to complete their demand here. And then there's the bottles. I'm assuming that this is the letters in a bottle. This is a barrel. But we'll go ahead and mark these so that if we're ever nearby them, they'll just go get them. And then the requested, the tavern is right here. Let's see what that is.
One of the boys has a side gig selling a cure for the great pox. My hunch is it's all bilge and the bastard selling mercury to dirty pricks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily mercury, but yeah. Let's throw the bilge rat in prison. Need to construct a new building and income will reduce for a time. Or lives are at stake. I've got to check it out. Could be an ambush. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Let's try it out. Search for crates or a chest near the rocks off of Hellgate Island. All right, Hell's Gate Island. There's a crate or a chest, it said. Looks like this. This looks like the same as the other ones, though, so I'm not sure that's it. That's like the letters in a bottle, which it's not really a bottle. It's more of a barrel. Letters in a barrel, maybe, I'll believe. That's a rather large bottle. Of course, the biggest issue with this, and it's something that's kind of unavoidable, right, is that we now have to rehire all fresh captains. So all the level ups and experience that they had, I mean, they went down with the ship, right? So we're just not going to have that. Everyone's starting at like level 3, level 2, level 6, right? So I have to redo that. But the thing was, those captains cannot be moved to new ships anyway. They were a permanent assignment. So if I did want a new ship, then that captain was going to be lost anyway. So I think that was kind of unavoidable. But I would have liked to have kept the caches, though. The captains with the caches would have been nice to keep. So had I known that that was completely unwinnable, and technically, I actually think this island might have held its own well enough. I think we might have been able to hold out and defeat all the ships here. We had enough static defenses to do that. And the initial part of the battle, and this is probably another reason that we lost to Galley Island so definitively, is that I started at this island. I figured this island was less well defended, and I had a lot of different ships here with a lot of different abilities. So I started focusing on the battle here, and it kind of just left those other 2 ships, you know, to defend for themselves. And well, they're not able to, and we lost one before I could even get down there and start dealing with it. Because both of those ships had that barrage skill, which they'd only be able to use it once, and it's not that strong. So I don't think it really would have changed the outcome of the battle all that much. But it's possible maybe we would have taken down one additional ship here, and we would have had at least a little bit more ship wreckage, which I'm also a little bit disappointed in a way. And maybe this is just for balancing's sake, but I feel like my ships, there should be wreckage in the water from my own vessels being sunk too, right? Now, the argument could be made that they took that loot before they left, but then why didn't they take the stuff that's sitting here anyway, right? There's other shipwrecks that from their own ships too. So I think it's a little bit weird that only enemy ships can be pillaged, because I feel like my own ships should be able to get pillaged as well. But that's just me. I'm going to mark all this stuff to be collectible. And we have a pretty good amount of money now, right? We're well out of debt now. I've been waiting to build this, though, because it costs 5,000 to build it. So we're instantly in debt as soon as I do this. But I wanted to have enough money to where I could at least start building ships right away. And there is maintenance costs associated with this and all that, too. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to let this run for a little bit longer, try to recover, and I'm going to build up some more ships, hire some more captains, and get on with it. It does say that we have one captain already hired. So I do have an extra one that I never assigned to the ship, Lucky Dog. And I think I will start with bringing in the big ship here. I will, well, big, relatively speaking. I think I will start with building the bark here to get that running, and just to get a ship out here, and we can, at least move that ship around to, gather up all the stuff that we have while we're waiting for the rest of these materials. But we are at 26 cannons, which means I can technically build 5 additional barks from what I've already started building. So I could technically have 6 barks right now, but I will be building caches. Probably at least 3 of them, so I get those smoke clouds. Smoke clouds have a bit of a cooldown. If we get in a big Navy battle, I want to be able to chain them up, to leave the enemy blind for like 9 seconds consecutively would be pretty good, I think. Okay, so I just got this notification that says the British West Indies Company demand available. Also, the free traders trade available. That I think means I need to actually bring them in, because if I don't prompt that to happen, I end up failing it. And when I fail it, it actually reduces my standing with them. So I actually have to hit this button when it's available.
Let us make a trade that benefits both parties, yes? We are all friends here, after all.
I mean, I guess that makes sense, because they're like requesting. It's like, apparently available doesn't mean available. Apparently, available means they're requesting it, right? Because if I don't interact with this, I lose standing with them. And I think that's a little bit weird, but all right. Anyway, let's make a trade that benefits both parties. So, 10,000 for some sales. I don't have 10,000, so I'm not going to do that. Faction standing will not be affected, right? So I can just refuse the trade and it doesn't get affected, but now we're at 44 there. We also now have a thing with the British. They've got their, wow, look at this. It's 44 everywhere. Crazy. What's going on there? Anyway, we can now satisfy the demand if they have a demand for us. And I'm not sure what this demand is. So I guess I'll hit the button and see. It says satisfying demands raises demandings while ignoring demands decreases standing. So it's another one of those things where if I just ignore it for another 4.5 minutes and I don't hit this button, then I lose standing.
Mark my words. Your time on these islands is short. I may as well make use of you.
So they're saying that we should sink independent pirate cruise ships. Faction standing will increase. We can totally do that. But interestingly enough, with these guys, if you deny their requests, then the standing will decrease. So if you ignore it, it decreases. If you deny it, it decreases. Okay. How much does it increase when I do it is my question. Because these guys here, they're going to have another demand for me in 6 minutes. Royal Barcelona is going to have another demand for me in 9 minutes. And I apparently have already lost standing with these guys. So yeah, I'm at like 44 everywhere now. I thought I was at 50, but maybe I was always at 44. Yeah, it says failed again, but this time I didn't lose any. So, okay. Anyway, so I need to take down, the free pirate ships, or the independent pirate ships, which are pretty easy to do. I need to go ahead and make another ship. We're going to get another cache and make sure I have the right captain for this. No, this is the galleon or man of war, increased performance later. So I want you in a bark. I want bigger ships to be having bonuses against these ships. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and build another bark. We can actually design the ships a little bit too, which I kind of missed that. Maybe I selected it this time and don't realize it. I think I did, yeah. So the design for this bark that's coming out is going to be different than this one. And so you can differentiate the designs just a little bit. And you'll see what I mean when it pops out. But it lets you, dictate the look of the deck and the symbol that's on the sail. So we don't have to have this one every time. The color of the sails. You know, and there's different patterns and stuff that looks like, anyway, there will be different patterns that will unlock over time as well. So when this thing pops out, it should look different than this one. And they're the same ship, the same class of ship anyway. Yeah. So see how I've already adjusted it because I was playing around with it earlier. So that's an interesting thing to do, right? It's the same symbol because I didn't change that. But yeah, and then if you go into the shipyard here and construct, you can see different appearance settings. There's 3 different tabs for this. And there's a lot of different options locked. Not sure how to unlock them, but you can see a preview of what it will look like before you're done there, right? So that's kind of interesting. So for this cache, I can have it be just a little bit different. Yeah, just a little different pattern here would be cool, just to have a different look and feel to it. This one, Cog, Cache, Bark, Brigantine, Frigate. I mean, you're going to be in a group. Might be okay. I think I can give you this bonus. That's probably fine. I only have 1 captain available. If there's another captain that fits a better skill set there. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. We'll take Orion here instead for this ship. This is a cache. We'll get Orion into this one. Yeah, so let's build that ship now. So I got to build myself up again, another navy. I build my navy back up. And of course, as I do that, my surplus will be going down gradually. But as long as we're operating at a really good surplus here and everybody's happy, I don't have any problems with happiness as far as I can tell. All the needs and wants are more than well met. We have got lots of rum, lots of rope, meat, fish, clothes. We certainly have enough to expand later on if we need to. I'm gonna not have another. Oh, here we go. Saboteurs. The trading company and pirate factions may send saboteurs to damage buildings when their standing is hostile or neutral. Even when it's neutral, really? Free traders may send saboteurs when their standing is hostile. Okay, so are you telling me we just had a saboteur? Where is it? Saboteurs are wreaking havoc at Rat Island. Oh, wow. How do I counteract that? I mean, would it just be the repair building? Because that's happening. It might just be the repair building. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, that gives you a reason to have a repair building, because up until now I've been like, yeah, sure, it's a building, but what do I need it for? It's pretty much only for the towers outside, right? I can just rebuild the towers whenever they go down because they're super cheap. It's 20 upkeep, right? It's 8 timber, big deal, right? 1,500, I guess. And for the infrastructure, the repair station is 2,500 to build. It's 50 to upkeep, 20 timber, 10 bricks to build. It's a very expensive building relative to just building the tower whenever it goes down. But, and then on top of that, you got to put it in a spot where it can actually cover everything. This is actually an interesting spot. It can cover that coastline, and I want it to cover the towers out there too. Yeah, like this. Now that's interesting. Man, right here would have been better. Can I put it on this side? Yeah. It doesn't quite get all the shipping docks and stuff, so I need to be able to repair my dock. So I'm going to take this building away. It's kind of in my way for this plan, I think. Take you away, rope maker. I probably will have to replace you. And then we'll put this repair station where it can cover the main dock and all of my towers. I like that. Obviously, it doesn't cover any of these buildings, but, you know, it'll repair the towers over time, which is cool. And then not much else, but we really don't have damage to much else. If we start getting saboteurs, I'll place another one here and it'll cover most of the buildings. That's fine. Yeah, okay. So we got 4 new ships. We got a couple of caches. We've got a couple of barks. Okay. We have 1 captain remaining. He gets bonuses against brigs, brigantine, frigates. Okay, cool. We'll put you in... we'll put you in this. We'll put you in a bark. That's fine. And let's change your flag just because we can. Go. So we'll get another one of those, and then we're going to get another cache from there. I mean, the cogs are cool, but they're very small. And I mean, they have that cool skill where they can spray, you know, many different targets. But I actually think I would rather have ships that simply do more damage consistently to single targets so that I can focus them down and reduce enemy DPS. See, I already have a 40 out of 100 with Royal Barcelona now, and they've never made a demand. I haven't done anything. It's just like over time being reduced. I'm not ignoring them. They're just not. It's very weird. So satisfy demand here.
We are not amigos, not yet. And so the Spanish crown has demands of you. Refusing would not be a good look for you in the eyes of the crown or God.
Right. So they want me to sink independent pirate cruise ships. I'm going to do that. It's fine. Okay. What is the French Company of Americas here also has a demand.
You are not present in my husband's plans for this archipelago.
Oh, Jesus.
If you wish to remain, we have work for you.
I'm not going to sink Royal Barcelona. No, I'm not. What does that do for me? Yeah, it reduces it again. If I'm not going to do that, I don't have the firepower to even do that right now. They're going to get mad at me. All right, so how about this? We have this many ships now. So let's head out to sea.
The men found the scraps of a letter, Captain. The writing's difficult to make out. Royal fortune, abandoned, drunk fools. Fortune. Could this lead us on a treasure hunt? Let's look out for more letter fragments.
Yep, we'll get that. So I need to find independent pirate factions too, and eliminate them as best as I can. So the shipping route, I'm going to have to stay on that, and then I'm just going to take the ships I already have and do that.
Captain. This one reads, sandy shores, rock-faced islands, around deserted. Is this the location of the hidden fortune?
All right, we got some independent pirate faction ships over here too, so go ahead and get that really quick. Or after we loot that, there we go. So I'm going to see how many I need to sink in order to actually satisfy their requirements. Because I was already doing this with these guys earlier anyway, so let's go ahead and hit these guys right now. Just take them down. Focus that. Here we go.
It's good to see you, John, my boy.
Uh-huh.
Using your charm and charisma to outwit the former republic, eh? There will always be room for you here if pirating goes out of fashion. Looking to trade?
Sure. What's the complete a free trader's trade? I mean, I gotta have the money to do it. So it's time that I start, now that I've really, I mean, it'll be easier to accumulate wealth now because I just can't talk over them. I just can't. It'll be easier for me to accumulate wealth now that all my islands are very developed. So I'm not building a whole bunch of stuff all over the islands anymore. My economy is very set up. My population and stuff is pretty stable. So at this point, it is much easier, I think, to accumulate wealth. And so trade is the next step in that process. Okay, so fulfilling the request actually has a huge bump. That's important because they're going to be constantly upset with me if I don't. So these guys are at 44, and maybe they actually just like, because these guys were at 38 and I said no. So maybe sinking the independent pirate ships is good for all of them, right? But I will need to satisfy these trades here. And then these guys are still at 40. I can't request meetings or anything. And maybe they're going to stop at 40, hopefully. It'll just go hostile for no reason. But it does look like that sinking the independent pirate ships has helped me, even with French. So that's a good sign. Brig, frigate, performance when attacking, assign this guy right here. I want you to be my next cache. So we're going to start construction on another cache. You're in this ship, and let's get you. That's a good. That's fine. Go ahead and build that. Okay, we're gonna have you go out to sea and join the rest of the Navy. I'm also finding that it's better to ball up all of my ships in one big death ball, because repairing ships costs gold. It's gold, doubloons, whatever. It costs money, and the more damage I can do, basically I need to be able to do all the damage and kill the ships before they can really shoot very much, and that leads to less repairs. So by spreading out my Navy, I'm going to take more damage per ship. I might be able to sink more ships, but I'm going to take more damage per ships, and that cuts into, you know, the profits, if you will, of what that'll be. I got a lot of cash now, actually. Let me protect this island again. This has negative 100 for fish, so yep, let's protect that island a little bit more here. Let's go ahead and grab a quick little 300 gold repair on that ship, right? So it gets expensive. Right, free traders delegate available. Request a meeting. Meet this faction's representative. They will expect us to sink ships or trade materials to raise our standing. All right, a meeting will be held soon, I guess. Okay. Whenever that is. Maybe a new random event will pop up later. Should we do one more bark? What's the damage, like the base damage? Firepower is 254 over 49. You see? Like, this skill is cool. It sprays. It's fine. But every time this thing shoots, it's so much better. It's just not faster, right? We won't be able to catch. That's what the caches are for. The caches are for catching things. And the barks are for doing much damage as I can. And then if we can get ourselves to the brig, this actually does less damage. Has the same speed, but it does less damage, as a quicker reload time. So I suppose its DPS is probably about the same, I would think, between those two differences. Maybe even a little faster, maybe a little higher DPS just because of that 2.2 seconds over 3 second reload time. The difference in attack and firepower is not enough to... Yeah, so this would be doing more damage. And then it also has more armor. It has more health. Same range. And then the Brigantine has more range. And the Frigate is obviously where we want to be, man. The Frigate's ridiculous. No wonder I was getting sunk so fast. These Frigates. That's wild. All right. What's up with this? Burning Rose 3. Dark. Oh, I'm naming the ship. Okay. Unsinkable. Wow. That's going to be this cog. I got to make a cog. One cog that's named Unsinkable. Who's it going to be? Who's my cog captain? Right here. Assigned to a cog. Taking down frigates. That sounds great. For 700. What a waste. What a waste. I'm not actually going to make this, am I? I'm not actually going to make this. Put her in a better ship. I spent 700 on her. No thanks. Yeah, so we're going to make another... Go. There we go. And then, again, sending our Navy up to... Well, I just missed these guys, didn't I? That's a big ship. Maybe it's okay that I missed them. Where is it? Right here. That's another bark, yeah. That would do some damage to me. Let's get our ships to go after their ships. I'm going to go sit in the open, kind of like right over here, I think. Just to kind of get into the shipping lanes and such. And then obviously these guys here are part of the Raiders of the Caribbean. These guys have been at war with me for a while, but now they're considered neutral, which is interesting. Huh. They've been red this entire time, and now they're neutral. Okay, so apparently the representative is ready for the meeting, but the game gives you 0 to go on for that. There's no notifications. Okay, I guess there is, but it's like basically the same thing, right? Delegate available with a capital D. Okay, that's the thing it gives you. So it looks the same as the other notification. Request meeting, I guess.
Let us make a trade.
So we'll do this one instead.
Both parties, yes?
15.
We're all friends here, after all.
I mean, we could just do this. I guess it's cotton. What am I giving 1,500 for 15 cotton for? Just to improve my standing with you? I don't know, man. Is that like I can't use it? I'm maxed out on cotton anyway. Screw it. Let's just increase the standing. We'll do it. So we'll take that. You're up to 48 now. I don't know if it actually did it. Anyway, request the meeting.
We are not interested in causing any strife amongst the factions. There's money to be made in the archipelago for everyone, you know? Do your bit, and I'll do mine.
You just want me to give you money, and that's it. No thanks. I don't understand this. I thought this was going to be a really cool, deep part of the game, but I'm I mean, I'm not one to review games, right? I'm certainly not in a position where I can just review games. I don't do that here, but I find so far that the diplomacy tab quite disappointing. I don't know how else to say it. I'm disappointed in the diplomacy tab. So far, it just seems like people making really frequent requests and having my standing with them constantly moving down upon not responding to things that are, I mean, the game was cool. I don't want to have, I'm hoping the whole game is not, you know, constantly having to do what other people want. That's like the whole nature behind piracy, was that we're no longer beholden to the governments and the other nations of the world, right? And that's kind of, I don't know. I don't know. Saboteurs are apparently messing with things again at Galley Island. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're taking down huts. There's been an explosion at somebody's home, I guess. I don't have any repair buildings over here either, so I probably should do that. It'd be nice to put it like right here. Be a really good spot for it. Can I fit it there without removing that home? I cannot. No, I can't put it there. Not unless I get rid of the road. Oh, hang on. We're having a fight. Hold on. There's a fight. Sink it. Switch. Sink this. Oh my gosh, I can't. No, I can't go up there. Hey, you got to get back. Get away from the border. They can be in some place I'm not allowed to be. Because otherwise, if I sink them there, I won't be able to get the loot. All right, there we go. All right, weird. So yeah, my standing continues to rise as I take down these independent pirate factions. It seems like it's helping my standing with everybody overall. So I guess that's fine. I guess that's a good thing. Now, the curious thing I have is if I start attacking like Los Guerreros, delegate failed. What? What happened? I said yes. I said yes to your trade. This is confusing. I'm sorry. It just is. Maybe somebody else out there who's smarter than me can explain what that's doing, but I'm just randomly being told that I succeeded, but then also failed. Like, what? It has not been enough time yet. Like these timers have not gone down yet. I have not been able to click them or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I'm disappointed with the diplomacy tab. Which is okay. I mean, I'm saying we're pirates, right? So, hey, if we don't want diplomacy, then we can just do things that are not diplomatic, right? We'll just say, hey, look, everybody doesn't like us because we're pirates. It'll just be the way it is.
That letter. Let's have a look. How many days on this island, baking in the sun, shape of a leaf?
Yeah, shape of a leaf. Okay. Wow. This stopped all my ships. Stopping. I wanted to go get these guys, but then I had to read the bottle. The note in the barrel. So I'm trying to bring these guys down so I can catch them. I'm not sure I'll be able to. Some of these ships are faster than me. There we go. Maybe I can get them to... Here, I'll get my little ship here. This Kesh. Can you go independently from the rest of the group and go faster? Ah, here we go. We got lucky. They got hung up with these guys. Perfect. Fire. There. As long as it's only this ship. All right, done. And again, our standing is rising because of that. So I mean, that's good. As long as I can raise standing with these different factions by doing the things I'm already going to be doing, I'm fine with it. 57 now, 48, 76 with the Royal Barcelona. They're almost friends now at this point, which is interesting. And of course, these guys don't care for me. They're never going to care for me. I don't care. All the pirates will just not like me. And then I'll have a lot more enemies, and then I'll have a lot more people I can sink.